you have to find the upward soil pressure, neglecting the surface of your footing. Upward soil pressure is formula is PU calculation here. We have seen factor load on column upon the area of the column. Okay. Next, depth of the footing for shear. Okay. Has shear reinforcement is not provided in the isolated footing, the shear stress at the critical section should not exceed Ks into tau c. As you know, the shear reinforcement is not provided for the isolated footing. Therefore, you have to check for the shear, and whatever the check is going to come, it should be less than the Ks into tau c. And Ks I have already told you before, for the before one way shear, Ks is equal to 0.5 plus beta c, and Ks should be less than equal to it should be less than equal to 1. Okay, beta c is the short side of your column and the long side of your column. Tau c is nothing but 0.25 into root of fck. Okay, now the shear force shall be calculated for two conditions when you have to check for the shear: when footing acting as a wide beam, one way shear, and two way action, punching shear, then only you are going to check the, you have to calculate the shear force. Okay, find effective depth required for both the above condition and provide greater of two. See here, find the effective depth, whatever the effective depth required for the both the above condition, then you have to provide with the greater of the two, whatever the value greater, you have to provide that. The critical section for both the cases is considered as follows. See, for the both the cases, the critical section for both the cases is considered as follow. Okay, what is this first case? Footing acting as a wide beam. Okay, the critical section for both these cases is considered as follow. For both the cases, for this I have told you, critical critical section is needs to be provided. You have to check for that critical section. Here you can see the diagram. Here, see, in this diagram you can see footing acting as a wide beam. When footing is acting as a wide beam, then you have to check for the one way shear. This is the critical section. Critical section for the shear is assumed to has a vertical section located from the face of the column. This is the face of the column at a distance of d. At the distance of d is nothing but the effective depth of ये फॉर्मूला आपको अभी जस्ट मैंने बताया है. ठीक है, अभी पता है फॉर्मूला है. ओके, ये बी है आपका. ओके, फुटिंग का बी. सी कैसा है, ये आपका फुटिंग है, नीचे स्लैब है, और ये है आपका कॉलम. ये जो सेंटर वाला दिख रहा है आपको, वॉट एवर दिस इज योर कॉलम. ओके, फॉर दिस फुटिंग यू हैव टू चेक दिस शेयर. Okay, shear force on shaded area is B L minus D upon 2 minus D. PU, PU is nothing but what? It's calculation for the year. Okay, next here. Now whichever is greater, see, whichever is greater means it may be this or maybe this. Whichever is values greater, that you have to take. Okay, shear force resisted by concrete, VU is your tau c into B into D, which for this formula you know how to calculate the shear force resisted by concrete. Tau c equal to B into D. Shear force on shaded area should be equal to your shear force resisted by the concrete. Shear force on shaded area should be equal to your shear force resisted by the concrete. Okay, now you have to find the depth T. Okay, now you, after this you have to find the depth. Now second is two-way action or the punching shear. For this you have to take, see here, whatever here, the whole area is shaded. Okay, whole area, for the shaded area you have to do the calculation. The two-way action or punching shear. The critical section for shear, that is punching shear, is assumed at a distance of d by 2. This is your column. See, this is your column. Okay, this is your column. This is your column. From this and from this you have to calculate at d by 2 distance. This distance is d by 2 distance. At d by 2 distance you have to do the calculation. D by 2, d is nothing but the effective distance of your footing. Okay, d is nothing but the effective depth of your footing. Shear force on shaded area. Okay, shear force on shaded area is L, this is whole L, into B, that is the area, minus d, see, d plus effective depth of footing plus this d, area, depth of your column, and b plus d into, that is the pu calculation, that is the load calculation. Okay, shear force resisted by the concrete. So same formula, tau c into b, you have to check is shear force on shaded area is equal to shear force resisted by concrete. Okay, then you have to find the depth d. Okay, third is, from these two cases, this t and this t, you are getting two depth. Okay, first by the one way shear and second by the two way shear. And which d you have to take? You have to take the maximum of the two calculated above. Whichever is the maximum value, you have to adopt that value. Okay, next, fourth step, depth required for bending. Whatever the depth required for bending, you have to do the calculation. The bending moment is calculated at the face of the column as shown in the figure 9.13.3. Okay, the find bending moment per meter width, you have to find it for per meter. Okay, find the depth required for bending moment and check the depth provided by shear. How to calculate? Here is the formula. You have to, as per this formula, you have to calculate the depth required for the bending moment. Okay, okay, in this diagram you can see, in this diagram you can see, this is the whole L, this is the L minus d by 2, this distance, and this is b minus small b upon 2. Small b is nothing but, see here, capital L and capital B is the length and width of your footing, and small b and small d, or the capital D here is the, what we called as the depth of your column. Okay, okay, after calculation of the movement, okay, you have to take the maximum moment of the two calculated above. The two formulas are there, mxx and myy. Whichever is greater of these two, you have to take that value, that is md, that will be your md, that will be your movement, maximum movement. Whichever whichever is the grade of steel you have to go for that movement of resistance. Okay, you have to go for that movement, that maximum movement. Okay, and then you have to find the depth there. Okay, you have to find for, go for that calculation of depth. Now you have to determine the steel. Okay, you know the formula for the steel, you know the formula of the steel, 0.5 fck upon fy, in bracket 1 minus root of 1 minus 4.6 md upon fck bd square into p into d. Now provide the steel along each side. Okay, now check for the development length, the ld is equal to 0.875 upon 4 tau b. We have already seen the formula, how to calculate the formula in the last unit. Okay, check this length is available from the face of the column in both the direction. Then summer is nothing but the reinforcement detail. The minimum depth at the end of the slope footing should not be less than 150 mm. You have observed your footing is always at the one side it is inclined. Okay, means at the at the edge it is minimum, and at the center or at the face of the column it is maximum. That is what the steps for the design of your footing. Okay, that is nothing the step for your footing. Okay, I have done with this. Is you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, from tomorrow we are going to take the example. Tomorrow we are going to take the example of the footing, and there's one more topic remaining, then your this chapter is also going to get over.